Hello everyone. Let's wait for a minute for rest all of the attendees to join the session. So let's get started. So hello everyone. A very good morning to one and all. This side Jairaj Nadar representing Inogic in the capacity of sales manager, and I will be your host for the today's session. And today's session we will be seeing our new latest productivity app that is called as Translate for Dynamics, that helps a global team to work smarter, faster, and together, no matter what language they speak. So for your information, all lines will be muted. In case if you have any questions, any queries, you can use the chat window to put your queries. While having the Q&A session, I will be able to answer all your questions. Before I deep dive into the demonstration, let me give you a short brief about Inogic. Inogic is one of the leading service provider and an independent ISV. We are also an exclusive Dynamic 365 CRM boutique shop that has been in the business for more than decades now. We also been active in the CRM community, in which our blogs are very popular. As you can see on the screen, these are all the various productivity add-ons which Inogic has to offer. Among all, I would like to talk about some of the key flagship product of Inogic. Starting with Maplytics. Maplytics is a market-leading CFMD certified product which provide capabilities like visualizing CRM data on map, route optimization, territory management, smart appointment planner, and much more. Next, I would like to talk about file and storage management apps that is inclusive of SharePoint Security Sync and attached to Dynamics, which is a comprehensive solution for integrating your Dynamic 365 CRM with SharePoint along with the document management. Last but not the least, that is the omnichannel apps where you can integrate your Dynamic CRM with the WhatsApp for the effective communication. So apart from this product development, Inogic is also an SI. We do provide an offshore development services by assisting our partners and the customers. So if you need any more information related to any of our productivity add-ons or service related, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. So this is the agenda for the today's session where we will be seeing the need for productivity in the CRM. What are the key features that Translate for Dynamics has to offer, followed by live demonstration, and at the end we will be having a Q&A session. So the stats that you see on the screen, which says that the end users or the consumers prefer the content in the native language, so that where 72% says that it boosts that trust and the engagements with the customers. So what it happens by doing this, the conversion ratio gets bit higher. So that can be achieved through your multilingual language content. That's what it says that 166% of and higher conversion rates can be achieved with the use of multilingual content compared to using a single language. So by doing this, what it happens? Yes, definitely it increases your productivity, right? 40% of the productivity boost comes of localizing your customer supports and reducing the translation delays. So with the respect of having the Translate for Dynamics or the translation tool in place, you can increase your productivity, improve collaboration, reduce your manual work, and thereby increase your efficiency. Let's see now what are the key features the Translate for Dynamics has to offer. So the first that you see on the screen, that is on-demand CRM translation. So using our solution Translate for Dynamics, you can translate the real-time data as needed with the enabled CRM languages available for flexible. And the translated text, that is show translation in the side pane, where you can view your original as well content as well as the translated content side by side for a quick and easy understanding. And yes, we do also take care of the rich text translation as well. While your email body contain a rich text field of a signature or the formatting, that has been taken care even after the conversion of the translation. And configurable column translation, like you have the control to which desired field you want to get translated, that you can control in the settings of the Translate for Dynamics application. So this is the some of the features that Translate for Dynamics has to offer. Let's see all of these key features in a live action. So let me switch to my CRM window. Fine. So for the demonstration and the webinar purpose, I've already pre-configured this Translate for Dynamics, a model-driven application in one of my demo environment. And the initial configuration and the setup, I've already done it, which I will brief you out in the later part of the session, what it requires in order to do the configuration. So now you may be thinking, why Translate for Dynamics within the CRM? How does it benefits to the users or the end users or the customers? So in today's world, as you all know, the today's world is interconnected where no business should be held back by language barriers. Whether you may be in New York, your customer may be in the European region, and your sales representative may be part of any different region, let's say Tokyo or Japanese. So that kind of a diversity is really a strength, right? But when it comes to the CRM, you may feel like a challenge. To give you a more interesting or a live example, let's say in the CRM, you receive a cash note in a Dutch language, your customer emails in the Japanese, and your lead description or a summary or any opportunity descriptions or anything related to that fields that you are adding up into the or filling up in the CRM, that is in the Spanish or a German language, right? So usually what the users does that either they do wait for the manual translation, which is really a time consuming, or use an external third party application for the translation. So this is where like you put your time, that is the amount of time that you have involved in order to copy paste and put it in the external application, inefficiency, and worst of all, you put your data at risk by sharing this data with an external translation tool. So that is the reason we have come up with the latest tool called as a Translate for Dynamics, where you can do the real-time translation that resides natively within the Dynamics CRM, powered by Microsoft Azure Translator. Let me give you a real-time how it works, the cases that I've said you now. Let's take a live example of, so in an organization, the sales agent or the sales representative may be sitting all across the globe, right? So they are receiving a lot of emails from the customers and the prospects in a very different languages. So taking that live example, let's say one of the customer or the prospects is inquiring for one of the product, and the customer prefers the French and they have sent an email in the French language. So let me open and show you one of the email that I've received in a French. So this CRM is already integrated with the Outlook. So the sales agent have been seeing the emails in the CRM, and they see that the email that they received is it in the French language from the customers or the prospects. Now, if I wanted to understand this, what exactly the email is all about. So since I'm being preferred a CRM native language as English, the enabled language in my CRM, I would want to understand what exactly this French language written in the body of the email. So earlier, like the user may be doing with the manual translation or understanding the context is very difficult, or they may use the external application. But to eliminate that and to eliminate your data at risk, we have this, you can simply click on the Translate for Dynamic app that you can see on this right hand side. And Since my native language, the language that I've enabled is English in the CRM, I see the content, the email body content, I can see it in the English over here. Even we have taken care of the rich text field that you can see exactly as it is, which we have seen in the original email body content. Isn't it great? Like on a real time, you can do this translation and see, oh, this is what the customer has requested for, like on a inquired for the Mapletics product and they require a demo out of it. And in response to this, I can immediately click on reply, and whatever the reply that I can draft it, and I can even send that draft in the preferred language of the customers by simply clicking onto the translate for dynamic, and I can select the language which the customer prefers. So since the email I received in the French, and once I draft the email and I click on translate to French, then the content will get translated to the French language and I can simply hit on the send button. So this saves your time in order to switch to different tabs or wait for the manual understanding about the context, what exactly the email is all about. And also it's really safe residing inside your dynamic CRM. None of the data has been stored outside. So this gives you clear, secure, and a real-time translation with the help of Translate for Dynamics. Let me show you another example, the classic example I could say, because the most of the salesperson or the are working in an organization. Let's assume in that way, like the regional sales manager of an organization is handling a sales team who are situated or located in a different parts of the region. So one is situated in the Europe, German, Tokyo, New York, Paris, all across the globe. So as a regional sales manager, if I wanted to review the work done by the respective team members on a particular day, let's assume I wanted to review for the sales representative who is in the French, who's situated in the French, and against the lead description, what he has updated. So let me showcase you now. I've taken one of the lead entity record. So this is irrespective of the, not only for the lead, it can be also configured for the any entities, like it could be for the opportunity, the case, or it could be for the any entity that you configure. Since I've done it, the configuration for the lead entity, so that's what I'm showcasing it over here. So I have opened this lead as a regional sales manager, but if I wanted to review this details, what he has written. So if you see in the description column, the sales representative has updated in the French language. So as a regional manager, if I wanted to know the context and understanding of, or I wanted to review this lead, what exactly it has been written. As of now, I don't know anything over here. So I can click onto this and I can see the description in the language that has been enabled. That is the English language, since I prefer that. So I can review that what exactly in the description column the salesperson has updated. You may be thinking why it is only for the description column. So if you remember, as I said, you can control the desired field which you want to get translated. Even if you switch to the different tabs and based on the entity configuration that you do it over here. So if you see over here for the lead entity, I've done it for the company name, country, region, description, job title, right? These all columns to get translated. Let me show you here. In the details tab, I see this description. If you go in the summary tab, see the topic has got translated, the job title, company name, and the country. So it gives you a control of which all the fields to get translated in the real time, and that can be shown on the side by panel for easy understanding and the quick. So this gives you clear picture about how this translation does in the real time. So beyond efficiency and convenience, Translate for Dynamics are also addresses the concerns about the security and the data integrity. Since it is powered by Microsoft Azure Translator and natively integrated within Dynamics CRM, no data lives with your secure environment. Your transition are processed safely with enterprise level encryption and compliance, ensuring that customers and business information stays protected at all time. So this gives you the overall a short summary about how this translate for dynamics works. Whether you are nurturing international lead, sending a proposal, or collaborating with a different global team, T4D would be a right solution for you to enhance your business across the globe. So now you will receive a poll on the features that you like the most in the Translate for Dynamic. And also I would like to highlight it over here is that since it is a new and the latest product offer that we have released, and we would always welcome your suggestions and the feedbacks that if you have anything, you can put it in the question window as well. Yes, I hope this poll is visible to everyone. And I would request you to cast your vote on the features that you like most in this Translate for Dynamics. So if any more attendees is left to cast your vote, so it would be great if you can kindly cast your vote on the poll that you see on the screen. So if all done, then let me switch back to my presentation. So these are some of the common FAQs, the questions that we received from the customers on the prospects across the globe. Like, does the Translate for Dynamics allow real time, that which we have seen as of now? And does it support the on-demand translation of CRM data? Yes. And also you can control the field that you wanted to translate. And also, yes, it ensures the quality of the translations in the CRM. So these are all some of the common FAQs, and also would appreciate if you have any additional questions, you can put it in the chat window as well. And this Translate for Dynamics is available in Microsoft Dynamics CRM 9.x and above database, and which can deploy it online. So now let's have a Q&A session. As I said, since it is a new product of that which we have released, so we would always welcome your suggestion, feedback as well, which you can put it in the chat window. So any questions would be highly appreciated. So as we received two questions, let me switch to the question window. Yeah. So so let me address one by one. So first question that we received is that can we also enable this for the custom tables, or it is just for the standard tables? So yes, it do support the custom tables also, as well as for the standard tables. So it works for the both. I hope, Rahul, that answers your queries. And next question that we have received from Tom Thomas, how is it? How good is the translation for industry specific technical terms? So, since it is powered by an Azure translator, so industry specific is what that has been taken care of. So that is something really which is part and the good things about the solution of Translate for Dynamics. Can this tool be used to translate entity display name? So as of now, it translate only the values, the field values, and the entity labels has been not translated as of now. But yes, as I said, like your suggestions and feedbacks can be taken care, and we'll check if it is possible. But as of now, it translates only the field values. Yes, guys. Any more questions, queries, or any use cases in which you wanted to know how this translate for Dynamics works, like whether in terms of region wise, whether it is supported language, which you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. Since it is a new product, as I said, again, repeating that, like you can always give your suggestions and feedbacks if any addition features that if it is something you would feel like that also been welcomed. So I hope Thomas and Fisher Leandro, like was I able to answer your queries based upon your questions? I hope that clarifies you. And also, I would like to let you know that not only for the out of the box entity, you can also do it for your custom entities as well for in terms of the translation which you wanted to do it. So that is also pretty much possible using the Translate for Dynamics. So any more questions, guys, or let's move on to the next step. If no more questions, then let me move on to the next step and the presentation. If any questions arises later down in the session or later down, you can put email at crm@inogic.com. You would be happy to answer that. And as I said, the language should not be a barrier for any business that we have been doing across the globe. So this is where like Translate for Dynamics plays a major role, where for the next step, where you can download this solution from the website as well as Microsoft App Stores. And if you need any assistance in the trial period, you can do reach out to us at crm@inogic.com. We will be happy to help you. Thank you everyone for joining this session. I hope everyone has enjoyed the session, and it was interesting and informative to everyone. Thank you. I really appreciate all of your time. Take care. Bye bye, guys. Have a good day.